Behind the scenes of Beef show even more thrilling details about the making of the story than what we've seen in the series. One of the biggest highlights of Beef was when Danny pissed on Amy's bathroom floor. However, just as much as fans enjoyed this scene, the main cast, Stephen Yeun and Ali Wong, also enjoyed making every bit of it. It was clear that Danny was lying to Amy and making stuff up to keep things going when he first entered her apartment. Interestingly, most of the things that Danny said were really made up as they went outside of the script.
I remember this day because we were just...
Yeah, I definitely see some warp here.
Aching shit up.
Also, they tried to draw viewers into a different expectation of where their meeting would lead.
We were like, you're going to play the tone of kind of flirty, because this is the only chance for the audience to think that we're going to hook up.
That's right.
It was a plot twist to find out later that Amy and Danny's brother Paul got together instead. Interestingly, Amy's house isn't just some rich building she hates because she rarely spends enough time in it. The house is also a big part of the story of her frustrating and busy lifestyle.
Slats by the stairway and other parts of Amy's house spaced out, and she did that on purpose so that seemingly it feels zen, but it actually feels like a cage.
If you were surprised to see Danny mess up Amy's bathroom like that, you would also like to know that the cast was surprised about it too behind the scenes. But Stephen has the perfect excuse for Danny's horrible behavior.
He's holding a lot in his body. A lot of trauma, a lot of urine, a lot of waste.
And after Amy discovered what Danny had done, she was ready to pounce on him. But Danny was ahead of her. However, Ali thinks that she could have caught up with him in real life if they weren't following the script. She had a better alternative of returning Danny's pettiness right there on the scene.
Could have snatched him out of his car and pulled him out, and then I did it. Yeah, but you know.
But that smile at the end changed everything, as it revealed the game was on between Danny and Amy.
I think it's so important to see Amy have that subtle smile at the end, her taking joy in finding this connection with this person that she didn't expect.
And it's no surprise that that scene was the most fun to shoot for Ali in the making of Beef, and she mentioned what happened after the filming for the scene ended.
And by the time I'm done, I'm running out of money.
The scene was the first time Stephen and Ali worked together on set, and it's almost unbelievable because they got the chemistry and the flow perfectly. Danny's first time visiting his ex-girlfriend's church took viewers far from the comedy to a rare emotional moment, and at that point Danny's vulnerability was all on the table. While this moved viewers, it was even more of an extensive setup behind the scenes, as the cast takes on an intense worship session that worked to make the scene more authentic. Stephen is a very talented singer, just like his character, and he participated wholeheartedly behind the scenes while practicing for his fantastic church performance. The crows in Beef also make up some of the narrations as they signify good luck or bad luck for the main characters, and behind the scenes, Danny got to hang out with one of the crows. While trying their best to make a modern and relatable series, the cast got lovely images of themselves at work. Viewers can relate so much to Beef because it's inspired by real-life road rage that the creator Lee Sung-jin experienced with a white SUV just like in the series. Sung also explained why Amy, who had been living a frustrated life with her work and her husband, needed Danny, who also had a terrible work experience as a handyman, to express her depression and grievances.
I think the reason a stranger has to kind of be the one that snaps Danny and Amy out is because they are so entrenched in their pattern.
Another excellent narrative that fans love in the show is the funny but tense relationship between the brothers Danny and Paul, and Stephen talked about the purpose of this relationship in Beef.
Danny doesn't want to keep Paul down, but that's just what he knows now.
Stephen also described the scene where Paul was already high up on the wall, and he just had to realize that he didn't want Paul to turn out to be like him, even though he never planned things that way.
Young was 10, 15 feet up high on this thing, and I was like,
You gotta get away from me, man. You gotta get away from me.
During the making of Beef, young Mazzino, who played Paul, mentioned that he was nervous, but that Stephen came in to calm him and the other cast members down by reassuring them that they weren't alone. So, to ease the tension, Stephen asked them to play around by kicking a ball, which Young won. And this support alone indeed helped their relationship as brothers on the show.
I could see how the relationship was working out, which was Danny's just gonna keep feeding Paul in the post and make him do all the work and then take the final shot for the glory. And I was like, this is gonna work.
The Making of Beef also focuses on how Amy wanted to express all of her feelings to her husband but couldn't, and how a journey to her childhood further explains why she is that way. However, the shocking thing is, Ali, who played Amy, relates so much to the character, and she's thankful that The Making of Beef expressed so many things that she had wanted to say.
I had said this from the beginning to Sunny that this show very much provides an opportunity for me to talk about and express all the things that I haven't been able to say on stage in my stand-up.
While making the show, Stephen also revealed that he sneaked to smoke with Joseph on set, and it was their unique way of bonding. Ali added that Stephen was very good at sneaking, as she didn't even know that he smoked until much later after the filming ended. David Cho, who played Isaac, also took Yeun and Stephen on a hike, where they did pull-ups with trees, and Yeun outshined them both by doing more than twice than what they did.
And we're like, yeah, we'll do some. Dave does like 3. I do like 6. This fool does like 14. Just like yanks him out.
Then Stephen added that he felt intimidated seeing Yeun looking well trimmed with abs at the swim scene.
I'm sitting there with like bloated neck and just like looking ill and sick. And this guy rolls out of the pool like a Greek god. I was like, God damn.
Jordan's demise was a sad and unexpected happening in the show, but the actress who played the part, Maria Bello, was delighted to pass away right in front of camera. So that means that she didn't feel bad or sad that her character had to end like that in the series. Another shocking twist in The Making of Beef is that the show's writers ended their work before the final episode. So it was tough to put it all together, as Sung explained how he did a last-minute saving of the finale.
And so writing the finale is really hard because I had to write it during production.
The finale might shock many viewers, but not even the cast knew that it would go like that, as they didn't have the script. Many things happened while making Beef that the cast just became aware of.
Right before, there was maybe the biggest snake of the week. And I was like, right
Snake
where
of
he
the
was supposed
week.
to. The Wrangler did his amazing job and like picked it up and, very safely transported it to another area.
And it's so crazy that the crew handled the snake on set professionally without alerting Ali, who could have freaked out and found it hard to stay in character, and she was glad that they didn't let her know.
I'm so glad you didn't tell me that. I would have turned my arms into wings and flown out of wherever we were shooting that day.
Amy dealing with plants is how she made a big name for herself, but getting stuck in the woods without being able to identify poisonous fruits also shows Amy's kind of made-up fancy life. Coming from different worlds, Sung mentioned that it was important for the two main characters to get together at the end, and Beef makes the actor Stephen see fights and disagreements as intimate actions, which is different from the usual meaning. Aside from following the script and improvising lots of fun and thrilling moments in the series, the cast also got to suggest, and you could see who brought the idea of the bed scene at the hospital.
I think it was actually your idea to do the hospital bed thing.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
And Ali explained why she thought that scene would make sense in the finale of Beef.
He was like, I think I just want the feeling of two people coming home to each other.
It's good that Beef showed viewers what happened within the characters when the road rage that began the whole drama started, but it was almost excluded from the show.
As designed, that scene wasn't supposed to have a flashback to the inciting incident. That's just something that came up in post.
The final bed scene isn't just for the characters to connect according to the cast, it's also for viewers to imagine what their relationship would look like from there. And from the looks of things, there are so many ways an intimate and personal Beef could continue. So, what do you think of the work that went into making Beef and the incredible chemistry between the cast? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and thanks for watching.